Welcome, you beautiful faces, back to the channel. And it is that time of year, isn't it, where the season gets a little bit finicky. We're nearly at the end. Some sides are really separating from the pack, but that pack is more condensed than a rock that is under 1 million years of dinosaur bones. We are really looking forward to seeing how the season pans out. So what we're doing in today's video is something a little bit different. We're going to have a look at what we think will go on from now till the end of the year. Make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button. We will be live for every final series, and they will be accompanying previews and reviews for them games, which is something we haven't done before. Loads of draft content, loads of off-season content starting out soon as well. So please stick around and enjoy the AFL off-season with me, PommyInOz. Let's get into it. So we start out with Hawthorn Collingwood. We are live for this game. I'm really looking forward to this one. Obviously, Hawthorn have probably got a better record over the last 5 than Collingwood. Collingwood have seeming to have a little bit of a lapse. But looking at Collingwood's ins, they look very strong this week. Hawthorn don't want to lose this, though, do they? You know what? I am so 50-50 on this game. I'm going to go with an 11-point victory to the Magpies, right? Geelong versus Essendon. This could get messy. We will go with, tell you what, we'll go with 60 Geelong. Richmond St Kilda. This is a really intriguing one. This is one of them games that, 10 weeks ago you would have probably been totally different. But St Kilda are steady in Richmond. 2 goals for the entire game last week. It's really hard to get around them. I'm going to go 4-goal-ish victory for St Kilda. The Lions at the Gabatoir hosting Sydney. Sydney nothing to play for, and that is kind of heartbreaking. It's a shame that we can't cram them in somehow, but I will go with Lions winning this one by 5 goals. My boys, Carlton versus Gold Coast. I'd love to see it at Marvel and go, right, Carlton are going to do it, but I feel like a bad fan. I don't really trust the Blues at the minute. I'm going to go 24 points Gold Coast. Port Adelaide versus Fremantle. So Port have only got 2 games at the AO, and I can't help escape the fact that I feel like Ken Hinkley is going to have an impact because it's going to be like a farewell. I don't think it's this week, though. I really don't. I think it might be the last game they play out there. So I'm going to say that the Fremantle Dockers win this one 28. GWS North Melbourne. GWS look pretty impossible to beat at home, particularly with a side in the bottom 4. We'll go with a 44-point win. GWS. Melbourne versus the Dogs. So there is that new coach factor with Melbourne. The Dogs, they definitely need to win this. This makes that final season real healthy percentage from them. I'm going to say a spirited Melbourne, but Dogs win it. Eagles, Adelaide. Adelaide away from home, and we're probably not going to learn much about them. I'm going to go a 52-point win, Adelaide. Then we head into round 23. Essendon host St Kilda. They've got a load of games to play. St Kilda, I fancy them here to win this one. I don't think St Kilda will destroy them, but they will win it. Fremantle, Brisbane at the Western Australian Oval. This is a fascinating one, isn't it? This is a fascinating. Like, what would you do here? Fremantle at home are hard to beat, but Brisbane, you know what? I'm going to tip Fremantle to really show a mature performance, a win by 14. Gold Coast versus GWS, the franchise derby. I'm going to give a very tight 8-point win to the mighty Suns. Carlton versus Port at the Dockers. This game here I've earmarked as a win, no matter how bad it is. So I'm going to say Carlton by 12. Come at me in the chat. Hawthorn versus the Demons. This should be a really intriguing one. But even though they've got no day, I think that forward line is just fearsome at Hawthorn. I think that'll be an impressive win. Adelaide, Collingwood. This is a belter, isn't it, at the AO? This is one really where Adelaide have to show their maturity. I'm going to go with a very tight 4-point win to Adelaide, and Adelaide add a bit of a narrative to this. North Melbourne versus Richmond. This could be anyone's, really, if you look at it. Do I trust Richmond or North Melbourne the most? I'm going to just go based on form. Richmond look really like they're slowing down. They've had a great year. Sydney, Geelong at the SCG. Now, years gone by, you would be saying Sydney are favourites for this, but I just feel like Geelong are just such a professional outfit. So we'll go with them by 18. That leads us to the Dogs versus Eagles. They've already got a healthy percentage. They'll only make that much better. We'll give them that. Then Essendon, Carlton at the G, Thursday night. Surely my boys win this one. Surely. They've got half a side. We'll give it to Carlton. Collingwood, Melbourne. I don't feel like we're going to get a new coach blip from Melbourne. So we'll go Collingwood. Port, Gold Coast. Now, this is one of them games. They play 2 in so many days. Because this is the first one, though, I feel like Gold Coast are trying to play for that top 4. So they'll want to put it on there, won't they? So we'll go with a 15-point win. An easy 37-point win for Adelaide. Richmond, Geelong. Geelong should come home quite strong. Eagles, Sydney. You know what? I'd love the Eagles to win this, but I just feel like it's going to be a one-win season. I feel heartbroken for them because they deserve better. We have got a great video coming out for Sydney, though, just at the end of this week. GWS, St Kilda. I think the Giants will win that. The Dogs versus Fremantle. The Dogs have to win, really, to cement finals. Fremantle, are they going to be the heartbreakers? I feel like because Fremantle are in the hunt for the top 4, that Fremantle win that one. Lions versus Hawthorn. What a game this is. Hawthorn have to win. The Lions have to just win to stay in finals. This is a real flip of the coin because I just feel like Hawthorn, with the backs against the wall, are a very strong proposition. We'll go with, you know what? I can't sneak it. I don't know why. I feel like Hawthorn win that. Gold Coast, they really will. They should win this, but I feel like they probably do enough. And there we are. So that is our ladder. That is fascinating. Adelaide first, Geelong second, Collingwood third, Gold Coast impressively into 4th, Fremantle, Brisbane, Hawthorn, GWS. Makes the final series amazing. So that would mean that the qualifying finals are Adelaide at home to Gold Coast and Geelong at home to the Pies. Fremantle have an eliminator at home against the Giants. The Lions have an eliminator against the Hawks. Now, this is fascinating. Feel like Adelaide would have more than enough at the AO. This one's an intriguing one, right? But I do feel like Fremantle are enough. Lions versus Hawks is fascinating. I don't think Lions lose twice. And Geelong versus Collingwood. This is going to be Geelong's, no offence to Geelong, because obviously the ladder is retrospective. Their run home probably isn't as easy as it was when it was first made. On paper, I do think the Pies win that one, which then means we've got a great semi-finals, haven't we? Suns versus Fremantle at the Suns. This is going to be fascinating because it's 2 relatively inexperienced sides in finals. It's probably the dream final. At Gold Coast, though, Gold Coast are very strong. Is the dimmer effect enough, though? We'll go with that. Geelong versus the Lions. This is a great game. Lions defending MCG, and the Lions MCG form has got better of late, hasn't it? You know what? Because Neil will be back for this. Let's go with the Lions, which disappoints me because I do feel like the Cats are just so strong. You know what? I'm going to go the Cats. Adelaide versus Geelong. What a game. Youth, experience. This could be a great game. I'm gonna tip the Crows in this one, and then that would be Collingwood at the G hosting the Suns. We'll go with that, and I'm a firm believer that we leave the finals in fate, but that would be a ripping final, wouldn't it? Adelaide versus Collingwood. Collingwood getting players back late in the season. I can't help escape 2023. It's going to be a fascinating little stoish. But let me know in the chat what you think. I'd love to see your predictions. As always generates great discussion. Again, we've had a great 2025, so let's keep that momentum going into the off-season. That's when we do really crank our content up too as well. Thank you very much for all your support. That has been absolutely unworldly. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And until next time, I'll see you tonight for the watch-along. Pommy out.